Okay. This was reported off of wowhead.com. Many Warcraft 3 players invited to an offline event. Announcement soon? Question mark. Based on many international. Oh, this is posted by a username Nerissa. Based on the many intentional Warcraft 3 players suddenly obtaining US visas for a secret Blizzard event, fans are speculating that a major Warcraft 3 announcement is coming soon. According to fan site GoodGame.ru, Russian pro Warcraft 3 players Happy and Hawk were in Siberia for the last couple of days, attempting to earn a US visa. Ukrainian Warcraft 3 player Foggy was also spotted in the US consulate in Kyiv last week. According to German from what Happy has told to GoodGame.ru, there will be a private event in the U.S. by the end of the month. The following information came from General Headquarters of Emperor Happy. A little about the surprise. While I cannot disclose the details, I was allowed to hint. At the end of the month, there will be a certain offline event. What will be there is still a secret because the event will take place in the U.S. I will need to make a visa. I cannot reveal big details yet, but I was told an announcement soon. Happy. And I'll put the link in the.
This is just for Warcraft 3. This isn't.
Well, here's the thing, because it was last week I talked about like I wish that Blizzard would make a Warcraft 4, and hence this popped up when I was doing the past week in stories. This is it says Warcraft 3. My gut instinct is, why would here I'll put the question to you guys. Why would you have a offline event for Warcraft 3 when are they thinking about doing a complete HD remaster of the game? Or it could be that it could be the fact that maybe they're hinting at Warcraft 4. Like, it would just be at a left field for them to start promoting Warcraft 3 again out of nowhere, because they got Heroes of the Storm, they got StarCraft 2. Like, why bring back Warcraft 3?
Here's my thought is, I think they're bringing in Warcraft 3 players for exactly what you said, an HD master. Now, here's why. World of Warcraft is so popular, and it's a juggernaut at this point. Why my camera is way off center from me. Warcraft. World of Warcraft is such a big juggernaut that you introducing a new Warcraft game might fail. So reintroducing Warcraft 3 and basically saying, like, relive the story before World of Warcraft and releasing it as a HD master could tell Blizzard whether or not there's an audience for Warcraft 4.
That's a good point.
Experimenting.
It could be.
Yeah.
It could be.
Testing the waters.
I think you are right, Greg, on that, because like the minute I thought it for a second, it's like, oh wait, they did a StarCraft HD remaster, where people enjoyed the hell out of. So I'm expecting the same thing again for Warcraft 3, but also this may test the waters for a Warcraft 4, which I hope it happens, because I would love a Warcraft 4, because Warcraft 3 was great. It was a lot of fun.
Well, you gotta look from where Blizzard's standing. Like, World of Warcraft is still huge. It's still a juggernaut in terms of.
Oh yeah, it's still huge. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
But the Warcraft movie that takes place before the first Warcraft game failed. It was a massive flop in the theater.
Epic fail, but yes.
Right, yeah. So you got to think, like, Blizzard is kind of they're not sure where the audience is on Warcraft as a whole. They know that they like the MMORPG, but I think they like the MMORPG because of the shit you can do in it now. Like, if you hop in it now, you're gonna see people with motorcycles and flying machines and dragons and all sorts of just crazy shit. Like, there's been so many updates and ads, and I'm not talking about modded stuff. I'm just talking about stuff that's in the game. It's insanity now. Like, I watched Griffin McElroy of Polygon play Peacecraft, which is basically like going through certain parts of the game with a brand new character and not doing any killing, like being a pacifist, and it's fucking hilarious. But when he goes into like a major city for the first time, he was even blown away by how many things were in the game. He was just like, why is there all, what the fuck is this thing? Like, and it was crazy looking. So I think that that's one of the big reasons that World of Warcraft is popular right now, or still popular, whereas an RTS might not be, you know?
Right.
Ah.
And to be fair, RTSs now are not as popular back then. Like, they're actually in place of that is MOBAs. In place of that is like other things that they used to be popular, or is an offspring of that, and is now its entire own thing. So, would a Warcraft 4 even work in today's world? You know, it I don't know. That's a good question. Will it sell well?
It's also
I don't
like
know.
it's also hard to do a Warcraft 4 because World of Warcraft takes place right after 3.
Yes.
And where do you put the story of Warcraft 4? Do you put it after the events of World of Warcraft that's still continuing and add in all these new races that didn't exist before World of Warcraft? So like there's a lot of thought process that needs to go into a a Warcraft 4 game. And I just don't think that Blizzard is there yet. So I'm 100% behind the idea of an HD remaster.
Right.
Maybe even a console release of the game.
I can see that. They've released Diablo 3 on console, so they could potentially do it. I don't know.
I mean, it's a bit harder to do an RTS on consoles, but
Right. I forgot when exactly I tried this out, but I tried to play StarCraft on the N64. That was pretty hard. How slow that arrow was when I was using the joypad on the N64 controller was not the best.
yeah, I still like. I know that Microsoft and I can't remember the company's name that made Halo Wars, but I tried. You know, Halo Wars 2 is probably the best console RTS ever made.
Yeah,
and it's still rough.
Yeah,
it's still rough to play. So
Wow.
I think that RTSs only work on PC.
I could never understand I mean, it's a cool idea on console. I can never understand why the attempt at trying to put an RTS on a console. Like, there are so many things that an RTS can do much better on a PC or on a Mac or personal computer, whatever have you, versus what you're kind of constrained with a console. And they did some degree made it work, but
Thank you for that.
But I kind of wonder, like, what was the fascination behind that idea, except for, you know, more money. So I don't know.
Oh, well, I mean, it's always more money. I mean, people argue all the time that, you know, like, why did all these remasters come out? And it's like, well, it's easy to remaster a game and re-release it and get more money from it. Like, at the end of the day, these studios are entertainment companies, and their end goal is to make money. But I think Blizzard is a little better than that when it comes to that sort of thing. Like, they're going to figure out ways to make money that don't feel like players are getting cheapened or screwed over. I mean, look what happened with loot boxes recently. Everyone bitches about loot boxes, but nobody complains about Overwatch. So clearly they're doing something right. That being said, and exactly what Josh said, or Jason said, sorry, what Jason just said is what I was going to bring up. This could also be the perfect opportunity to show the support for mouse and keyboard support on console.
And I would counter that and say, like, if you can put that much money into buying an Xbox One, you could just use that money to buy a PC or a Mac.
That argument can always be made, Anthony. That argument can always be made. But at the end of the day, I have friends who are both really good with PCs, and I have friends who are not. And I would like to still play with my friends no matter what. And playing on console with my friends who don't know how to work a PC is just as much fun as playing with people on PC.
That is true. That
That accessibility.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Being able to reach out to other people.
Exactly.
You got to be able to do that in order to compete.
Good point. Good
with
point.
A lot of companies.
Good point. You definitely want that accessibility. Yeah.
It could also be a neat way for Microsoft to come out with Blizzard and say, like, hey, World of Warcraft 3 remaster, mouse and keyboard support, you can play with your PC friends. That would be dope.
That would be huge. That would be huge. I can see him doing it too. I can see it happening.
Absolutely.
That'd be huge. Man, that'd be huge. Oh god, that'd be big. Holy shit! I think
Guys,
you
we're all three of us. We're looking to work with Blizzard. We're
Blizzard, if if you're listening, you're welcome for the idea. You send the check to us at Fairfield, California. No. All right. So moving on to our next story at hand.